It's time to draft, young man. It's time to draft. Live drafts. Let's go. Underdog Fantasy Puppy 2 is out. And you want to make sure you are signed up using code Smitty. I'm going to drop the link in the live chat right now. Link is in the description of every video if you're watching a replay. We're going to be drafting live here in T-minus, I don't know, 1 minute probably. Here's the link to the live, or to the promo code there. So jump in, the Fantasy Football Show Live Draft Edition, Underdog Fantasy Promo Code Smitty Edition. It all starts right now, pal.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
It is time to not mock draft. I keep saying mock draft. It's time to live draft. Best ball. Puppy 2s are back. Or the Puppy 2 is here. The puppies are back via Puppy 2. And we're going to be doing it live in T-minus, 30 seconds. So file on in. Hit that like button on your way in the door. And we're going to be live drafting on Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Again, they'll match up to $100 in your first deposit. Just punch the link that I dropped in the live chat. I'm going to pin it right this very second, and that way it is simple for you. All you have to do is click the pin link. It'll enter promo code Smitty for you, and then we can get underway. So let me just pin that link real quickly, and then we'll be ready to rumble. Link has been pinned. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you real quick. Let me pull that up and show you. Here is the Underdog Fantasy app. Let's go tall. Let's shrink this down a tad. And let's expand this bad boy. So here are a lot of my drafts that I got going on right now. Go into the lobby. Okay. Follow my instructions, everybody. Go to the lobby. You're going to have the lobby selected. You have active. You have completed. You have all that. Go to the lobby. You're going to have home selected. You're not going to have NBA selected. You have home selected. Once home is selected, you have these cards that you can sift through like that. You're going to click on Puppy 2. In 5 seconds, we're clicking on the green button. This is 1 million in prizes, $5 entry. First place gets $150K. Jump in now. Click the green button. Let's go. These load so quick. 9 more to start. This is a good one. We should be able to fill a lot of these spots with our people because 7 more to start, 6 more to start, 5 more to start. It goes quick, but this is the most we've had in a long time. Usually you jump in, there's like five spots available. We had 9. You're only yourself to blame if you don't get into this draft. 4 more spots available. Literally 20 seconds has gone by. You could have got in 1 more spot available, and we're full. And we're full. Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All right, let's go to full board mode. At least for the first like 4 or 5 rounds. I think that you guys like this view a little bit better when we started off. Let's see here. Oh, I got to go to the right draft on this one. So drafts, active, and let's see, where is this at the bottom? Where is this? Puppy 2? The Puppy 2? There we go. Puppy 2, enter draft, go to draft. Here we go. Okay, so we'll leave this up and we'll go into the board view in a second. What pick did I get? 10? That's garbage. Number 10 overall draft slot. Nothing but garbage. Just garbage. Just a big bag of garbage. 1.4 says Roland. Appreciate you all. Hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. Punch that like button. Where's this? Here we go.
Hit that subscribe button if you're new and wipe your feet at the door.
Please wipe your feet at the door. All right, I'm up at 9 picks. Number 1 overall pick is on the clock. Let's go to board view. It's just a little bit cleaner, okay? A little bit cleaner for all of you watching right now. Let me drop that down, move that over. I'd say about right there. It looks pretty good. Maybe I can do a little zoom action. Just a little bit. Just a one-time zoomer. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Perfection. Justin Jefferson going number 1. Actually, I need to move that over just a hair. Just bothering me. There we go. Right there. Okay. Number 1, Justin Jefferson. Number 2, Jamar Chase. Golf is on the clock right here. Takes Cooper Kupp. Roll Ken. Tyreek Hill. Roll you can. Christian McCaffrey going to Dak and DJ Speedy. Can we put a wager on who he's going to take at number 6 overall? I wonder who our guy's going to take. One of our community members. Yeah, Bijan going number 6. TJ drafting at that 7. Roll you can. You know. If you know what I'm saying, you know. Diggs, Travis Kelce. I am on the clock here. What shall I do? I've got, Nick Chubb. Shall I go early Garrett Wilson shopping? Shall I go AJ Brown? If I took AJ Dillon, I might as well just close the showdown right now. That's my last stream. Smitty took Dillon the first round. We're out of here. Let's go AJ Brown. I don't go AJ Brown a lot. Let's go AJ Brown. Let's do it live. Smitty's last stream, he took AJ Dillon. Then I retire. I walk away. I get my head checked. And then all of a sudden AJ Dillon becomes the number 1 running back. And everybody comes back to the live stream and is like, this man predicted the future. This guy knows what he's doing. Everyone thought he was crazy. He said, take AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon. Do it live. A couple people followed him. They thought to their grave, but they said, I stand by Smitty. No matter what he says. It's okay. AJ Dillon, I believe him. All right. So a wee bit early to be doing some quarterback stuff, but I'm tempted to just cuff the Eagle situation up and just try it out. Just do it live. I think I'm going to do it. I don't have a lot of Hurts and AJ Brown stackage. Let's do it and see what's what. We got a Marsman Rock Out calling in. Marsman Rock Out. He's got a Mars card. He says, Smitty, let me in. What's up, Marsman Rock Out?
What's up? I think I clicked on the link early, but I got another draft.
Yeah, Rock Out, you never get in, ever. You never get in. I shouldn't say you never get in, but Ron Navy was making fun of you. He said you won't get in. You didn't get in.
But right now I'm going the other draft.
What do you think about my stackage? AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts.
AJ Brown hurt. Not bad.
I don't have a lot of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. We're gonna guinea pig this out. AJ Dillon, 1.10. Oh, that was funny. I traded Walker and Mixon for Jonathan Taylor and a second round pick in my Dynasty non-super flex. I don't hate that. I like Walker a little more in Dynasty, but you could easily argue JT's got some time left. Don't even worry about it. I mean, either way, there's nothing wrong with that. Appreciate your super chat, Aloha, by the way. I don't mind that. I think a lot of people will like JT more than Walker because of Charbonnet. And I don't mind it. I could get behind it. You could twist my arm into liking either side, to be honest. It's no AJ Dillon. It's no AJ Dillon. But it'll do. Let's see. Okay, so this board, it went Eckler, Lamb, JT, Hurts. Then after Hurts, it went Barkley, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Devontae Smith, Tony Pollard. What do you think about Tony Pollard this year? We had a show on him earlier. That was what the 7 p.m. show kicked off with. The guy's ahead of schedule, he says. Tony Pollard is ready to rumble.
It could be like top 6.
He could be. He could be 6 to 10 with ease. Could be easily 6 to 10. Justin Jefferson and Little T. Higgins. And then the 1.1 drafter who is, I don't think this is our person. Patel. I don't think that's one of our community members because I don't recognize it, and I don't recognize the drafting as well. The T. Higgins draft. Actually, some of our community does do T. Higgins at 2.12. I can't. It's not something I can do. And why does his pick keep vanishing? It looks a little shady to me. He had a pick go and then it went away and then it came back. What's going on here? Derrick Henry. Yeah, I don't recognize this drafter. This is not what I do not claim this drafter. T. Higgins, Derrick Henry. Not horrible, but not what I would do. I like Derrick Henry in the middle of the third, late third. When it happens, I'm actually okay with it, but I don't have a lot of shares of that combination. Let's see what I can cook up here with my next pick there, Rock Out. Let's see what your boy Smitty can cook up. We got Ramondre Stevenson. So we got Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, Ramondre Stevenson, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, and who? Roll you can. Double D gifted 20 memberships. Why did I not know that? Hold on a second, Rock Out. I gotta put this. 20 gifted memberships from. Wow. Double D. Double U's dropping the double D. It's crazy. Crazy. Let's give him a round of applause. W. Appreciate you, W. I mean, look at this. This thing's going to go on forever. This guy added 20 gifted memberships to the equation here. How many subs are we at now? I don't know how many gifted members. That's proprietary information. But we're up there. We're doing really well with it. Every single I want to say it's like 50 to 100 block. They give you another emoji. They give you one emoji. It's like one. Here's one. You got 100 new gifted subscribers. We'll give you one more emoji. They give you one at a time. They hand you like 10, and then they make you really work for each individual extra emoji. But the next one I think is going to be T-Law, the Law Dog. He's deserving of it. Okay, hold on. I'm almost on the clock, Rock Out. Let me just queue up some players here. ETN is interesting here. Debo, Calvin Ridley, Najee, Christian Watson. I've already gone quarterback, but I could always do the double. Drake London is there. I'm going to time out here. I'm going to go ETN. We've been talking a lot about him this week. I want to double down on let me show this real quick. I want to double down on some of what I've been talking about. Put it to the test. Let everybody know that I'm a very, very big fan of ETN at the right price tag. I'm concerned about him, but I'm also very excited about him. And I think 34 overall, end of the third round is a very appropriate place to slot our boy ETN. Who is this guy? Such as Jerry Jeudy. Not one of ours, because he left the guy I almost took at this pick prior. Christian Watson, who's an absolute gem in the fourth round. I haven't seen Christian Watson fall in the fourth round in quite some time. I'm feeling pretty good about my stack there, Mr. Rock Out. What do you think about it? A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Travis Etienne, Christian Watson. I'm thinking that's moonbound.
Not bad.
To the moon.
I'm liking that.
Can I give you my stat?
Yeah, go ahead. That's pretty good.
I got Garrett Wilson, Lave, Watson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Swift, and Pacheco.
Say it again.
I got Jahmyr Gibbs, Swift, Pacheco, Garrett Wilson, Olave, and Watson.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Let me see if I can get my phone line. I don't know if the phone line's been ringing. I had it over in the corner here. Oops. Oopsie. Let's see. I gotta minimize this. Hold on a second, Rockout. I got a lot of things going on here. Okay, phone lines should be open again. My bad. Great start, Smitty, says Golf. I like this start. I like this start a lot. A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts stack, ETN, Christian Watson. Feeling pretty good about that. Thanks again, DW, for dropping the 20 gifted memberships, my man. 20 gifted memberships. DW.
To the moon.
DW knows how to pull on your boy Smitty's heartstrings. This guy bringing the community together. 20 gifted memberships at a time. NFC is so trash, the Eagles are going to run away with the division. I don't know if I would say that, bro. I wouldn't say that. NFC is not trash. There's a lot of good teams. I mean, the Lions and the Bears in the same division are going to be. It's going to be tough, to predict that division. And I think the Bears are going to go crazy. I think they're going to go bonkers this year, bro. I think people that laugh at the Bears are just going to look right back in the mirror and laugh at themselves later on. Let's do a little rectangle box of myself. I don't need to be a prominent place on the screen right now. We've got players being drafted. Okay. So on the clock right now is that number 1 overall player, and I don't like this guy's draft style. This is the guy that irks me in my draft. This is the guy that never trades right here. This is never trading Noah. And his picks keep disappear really shady like too. They go and then they vanish and they come back. I don't know what he's doing if he's hacking the system here. He's got 4 wide receivers. He just keeps drafting in a way that just makes me not. I hope he's not watching right now. Look, Noah or whatever your name is, if you're one of ours, I'm sorry. But I don't think you are, because you drafted 4 straight 4 receivers with Derrick Henry. I know everybody loves drafting wide receivers, and some people tell me that, Smitty, you got it all wrong. Wide receivers are the way to go. And I get that. I understand that. I'm not an idiot. I've seen the data. I know that people that have won in the past, very heavy wide receiver drafting, but there's also something to landing your sleepers. And I feel, even though I went 2 wide receivers because best player available dictated it, I believe that when you force wide receiver, like I feel like he's forcing it. Like I think no matter who was on the clock, he would have taken wide receiver. That's what I'm saying. This is the kind of approach I'm talking about. When you force wide receiver and you just leave value on the table, I don't think it puts you in a more prominent position to win. I just don't. People can disagree with me all they want. I really don't care. All I know is that if I'm taking the best players and I land my wide receiver sleepers, I'm going to be fine. Like maybe he has 4 wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, McLaurin, and Kirk, but I could have London, Dotson, and Pickens, and I'm going to be fine with my 3 if I'm able to beef up my RB room like mad. All right, this is getting thin. This is getting quite thin. What do I do here?
Yeah.
What do I do here? Boy. I'm on the clock here. I mean, I've got a good team so far, but I don't know where to take this. I probably will go... Man. Should I go? How do you like Hawkinson this year?
I think he could still be in the top 5.
I'm gonna go crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going T-Law. I'm going double quarterbacks, and I'm doing it live.
All right. Cool.
Little bit risky of a move. I almost went Hawkinson. It would probably have been the safer move for sure. But I'm going to go with the Law Dog and Jalen Hurts and get that massive quarterback rotation going. It's not for everybody. It's not for the scared. It's not for the worried Williams out there. It's not for the worried Williams. It's not a move everybody will like to pull off. It's uncomfortable drafting a bench player in a sense. Okay, I'm on the clock again. Boy. I'm going to stack the Philly boys and just say, Eagles, let it ride. Eagles, let's ride. Eagle country, let's go. Let's rumble. I went with Swift. Let me move the board down a little bit so you guys can see. I went Swift. It's a wee bit early. No, not really. It's sixth round. Not too early. But I like this. I like this approach. I got AJ Brown. I've got Jalen Hurts. I got DeAndre Swift. I got Travis Etienne. I'm going really light at wide receiver.
Yeah, I just got Kamara.
Hey, don't forget I have AJ Brown. Let me scroll. I hate when you can't tell what I have when I scroll down, because then people are like, well, he's only got one wide receiver. I don't. We got Marsman Wayne calling in. Marsman Wayne, what's up, my man? Here's my team real quick. Marsman Wayne, what do you think of this team that I've concocted right here? Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence, 1 QB, obviously, but we're going with the rotational best ball 2 QB strategy, which I think is a lot of upside. Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence, ETN and DeAndre Swift. So I got Hurts and Swift cuffed. I've got AJ Brown and Watson. Not bad.
No, not bad at all. I will say though, it's fly Eagles fly, not let's ride.
No. We use this. I'm doing this on purpose. We use Russell Wilson's line all the time for every single team. Whenever we get excited about something, it's ride Eagles ride. Right or no. What's he say?
Let it ride?
No, Eagle country, let's ride. What's he say? Bronco country, let's ride. Right? Yeah. That's why I say it. I know it's fly Eagles fly. I'm playing off of Russell Wilson.
Yeah, fly Eagles fly.
Yeah. No, I know. I know. I'm using it on purpose. Yeah. Anytime we like somebody, it's like, oh God, Kadarius Toney. Let's KC country, let's ride. But no, I think it's a pretty good approach because, I mean, I've got this Eagle stack, this little tripod going on, the Hurts, Swift, and AJ Brown, and I absolutely love it. I'm feeling pretty good about it. What's up, Peace Dog? I love that a few people think that I'm not. I don't know fly Eagles fly. I know that. You guys are hilarious, man. Watch your stream.
Who are your
catch a stream? What's up, Wayne?
Who are your sleeper running backs and you're taking with this squad?
You'll find out. You think I'm going to announce it, Wayne? You want me to put it right on my forehead?
Well, I'm not in your draft.
I know, but everybody watching is. So you'll just have to wait and see, Wayne. But I'm definitely going to be, sleeper shopping in a second. Wayne, are you in a draft alongside of us though?
No, I'm at work right now, man.
Oh, okay. Treylon Burks is going way too early for me. Big Dog Stark is, I think, our boy. Stark. We know Stark. Richard Stark. I think that's Stark. I don't like Burks that high. That's high for me. I'm not a big Burks guy. Roll you can. Let me zoom out, see if I can get more. There we go. Okay, we're zoomed out now. Let me see if I can scroll down again so we can see more of the draft board. So this was the draft board. I think you can kind of see that. Maybe I can move my face up top. Let's see if I can. I'm going to slim down. No one needs to see me anyway. Okay, right there. So what team is the best one so far, boys? Let's start with Wayne. Wayne, can you see the screen or no? Or are you
I'm just on the phone with you, man. I'm just on the phone. I can't see the screen whenever I call in.
Okay. Austin Eckler. I'm sorry. Go ahead, rock out. What team's your favorite so far?
The first two are out of the top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those approaches there. I don't know if that's our Big Dog Stark is our boy or not. Stark, if that's you, speak up. Tyler says, Smitty, it's fly, Eagles, fly. No shiat, Tyler. No shiat. You think I don't know? Pacheco, damn it. I want a Pacheco really bad. Okay, I'm on the clock here.
I kind of like DJ Speedy.
Let's see here. What do I,
for the Brown pick.
Yeah, wide receiver, I could go. You know who I like here a lot, and I have to make sure I'm not misremembering. Darren Waller. I really like Darren Waller this year. Hurts, Lawrence, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, A.J. Brown, Christian Watson, Darren Waller. What do you guys think?
Not bad.
You guys like Darren Waller or not? I do.
I like Waller.
I like Waller a lot.
So you like Rodgers over Cousins?
Giants country, let's ride. Do I like who over what?
Do you like A-Rod over Cousins?
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of. If Ron Navy's watching, no.
Yeah, no.
just to avoid. I'm gonna go Kamara here because I really feel like I could use this sort of like undervalued gem, And when I call him a gem, I don't mean as an individual or personality wise. But I would say that like I need somebody that's going to step up and be something we didn't expect or other people didn't expect. And I feel like this could put me over the edge. This could put me over the top. Hurts, Trevor Lawrence rotation, one QB of course, but this is the optimal scoring. This is the optimal scoring quarterback move that you make in best ball. That it's controversial. It's very, very. I think if you get that second quarterback. If you get that second quarterback at just the perfect spot like this, that it makes sense. Like if you're looking at the board, I don't think I ever plan it, but if I'm looking at the board and I don't love who's on the board right at that moment, and I say to myself, I don't want someone else to get Trevor Lawrence here, and I certainly don't love the available players. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Trevor Lawrence. So I deployed that, and to get this trio here of running backs, still have A.J. Brown, Watson, and got my boy Waller. Giants country, let's ride. Let's go. We got DW dropping, and we got Ron Navy, Marsman Extraordinaire on the phone. DW dropped another $20 gifted memberships. DW is an absolute monster tonight. Just out. He's a menace. They call this guy a menace in the tax world. He's just out in the middle of the night creating menacing problems for everybody as he's doing his taxes real late at night, gifting 20 memberships 2 times. That's called the double, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason why he's called W, is he drops double of everything. Ron Navy, Marsman Extraordinaire on the phone. You're live.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
I woke up from my little slumber on my recliner, and you guys doing the draft already, but
you
man, he started out on fire.
You sounded sleepy. You sound sleepy.
Yeah. You started out on fire, I'll tell you. You started out like, boom, take no names, kick ass, and then you screwed it all up with the Kamara.
Yeah, you would say that. You would say that.
Yeah, you did. You screwed it all. You were on fire, and then back to back.
Is this mom? Is this mom on the phone? Is this Ron, the mom, on the phone?
You got 3 running backs, and 2 of them are Swift and Kamara.
My mom. I mean Ron can't let go of anything. It's the same old story over and over and over. He can't accept another man's opinion about Swift or Kamara. They're wrong. They're immediately wrong. They're immediately wrong.
Yeah, you were on that got drafted in the first spot about the receivers and stuff, but I guess what? He's gonna take it. I mean, he doesn't got.
Are you still Ron? Are you still talking about it? I thought you changed.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the guy in the first spot.
Ron, tomorrow I could draft again, and you literally call in and go, "Oh boy, don't you know that Swift and Kamara aren't going to be good, Smitty?" It's kind. I kind of want you to get amnesia. It's anterograde amnesia you might have. Retrograde amnesia is where you get hit on the head and you don't remember anything, in the past. Anterograde is where you can't retain anything forward. And if somebody claps or snaps their fingers, you all of a sudden you're back to 0 and you don't remember what anybody said. I kind of feel like maybe you might have anterograde amnesia.
Actually, I wish I was Denny and
You sound like Denny right now.
I wish I was Denny and half in the bag. I mean, looking at those 2 dings she made.
You sound like Denny.
I mean, that team's fire up until that point.
You sound like Denny. Okay.
Yeah.
AJ Dillon, look at that, top of the board. We were talking about AJ Dillon earlier. Okay. I feel like it got really thin really quick. I gotta go wide receiver here. I'm really liking Zay Jones more and more. I don't know why, too. It's so crowded there.
Yeah.
But I
Good.
just feel like he's so talented. He's gonna find a way. It's a little early, but I need a good, consistent, reliable wide receiver. So I'm gonna go Zay here. I got AJ Brown, Christian Watson,
I think Zay regresses this year, Smitty.
Well, that's what I was saying, is that he's got a lot of people sitting there in that wide receiver room, but he's such a talented guy that I feel like, kind of like Curtis Samuel, how down I was in Curtis Samuel, and he did fall off like I said he would, but I definitely was a little over critical of him. I think I'll go Mingo was his name-o here and get some reliable receiving production out of this wide receiver crew. Let me switch over to this. So I got Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, AJ Brown, Christian Watson, Zay Jones, Jonathan Mingo, Darren Waller. Little bit risky going Darren Waller when I could have filled the wide receiver room up a little bit more, but I have a really, really good feeling about Darren Waller right now. Not long-term, not dynasty, but like redraft. I just feel like the Giants are just going to feed him, and if he can stay healthy, it's going to be a huge year. Now, it's a big if. He's older.
But Smitty, do you like Waller over Freiermuth, especially when you can get Freiermuth like 4 rounds later?
I mean, there's advantages to both, right? Waller, I like Waller more this year, but at Freiermuth at cost might be a fun, easily arguable option given the flexibility.
Even Njoku, though. What about Njoku? I like Njoku better too.
Njoku's burned this man too many times. I'm not falling for that one again, bro.
He's always injured.
Yeah, you can fool me 4 times, but a 5th time, I don't think
He's
so.
really talented. Njoku is really talented.
Yeah, he's also.
We can make the same argument about We can make the same argument about Waller.
Well, Waller's. I don't think we can make the same argument about Waller. Waller's had an amazing, elite, monster season. Like Njoku's never had that year. Njoku's never had that. Njoku's never stepped up.
I don't know. I just don't trust New York's offense, man. They're going to use Barkley as much as they can.
Man,
I just don't know if I trust Danny Dimes.
DW really did a number on these gifted memberships. They just ended. It's like this guy just dropping monster gifted memberships on the screen. Unbelievable. Okay, so this draft so far, I don't like. I think the one slot is that. Did we find out if that was one of our guys? I don't think it is, but I think the one slot doesn't look. It doesn't look like it should. Let's just put it that way. You draft from the one spot, you have a clear advantage over everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that team isn't gonna make it out of this. Ron, what is it? The top two? Let's see here. Top two make it out to the next round. Top two next round. So the top two scoring teams through week 14 will advance to week 15, which will be like round 1 of the playoffs. Then I think is it 2 after that or 1 after that?
It's just 1, I think.
Okay. Then the top 1 team out of every 12, and then you go to the next round, the top 1 team, and then the last, like there'll probably be a couple hundred people left.
But the Chow Chow, I love the Chow Chow setup because it's 2-2, and I think it's 2-2 and 2.
2-2 and 2, nice. This team 2, I don't know if this is our boy Stark, or if this is somebody else, but I like the Chase, the Pollard, the Josh Allen start. Very, very, very good. Not a big fan of Keenan Allen, Pittman. I like JSN in the 6th round. That's good value, but I'm not a fan of Keenan Allen and Pittman. Not a fan of Treylon Burks. I like the Anthony Richardson pick. Zach Charbonnet, fantastic pick there. Samaje Perine. Damian Harris. Okay. That might be one of ours because of the Charbonnet. That might be our boy Stark. I just don't like the Pittman and Keenan Allen picks, but I like the rest of it. It's a really, really good team other than that, in my opinion, and I could be wrong on that. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, Ramondre, DJ Moore, Kenneth Walker. Such good value in the 5th round for Walker. And he got sniped. 1 pick, he hit 99. Who is that, Golf? Oh, Golf, you got sniped by Big Dog Stark. At 98, he took Charbonnet. And you have Walker, and you're picking at 99. That's got to hurt. Kenneth Walker, Stevenson, and Javonte still fantastic running backs, considering you have Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, and DJ Moore, and George Pickens. So fantastic job, Dak and Daniel Jones, decent quarterbacks. I would have taken a quarterback at 75 instead of Brandon Cooks. I wouldn't be taking Cooks in the 7th round. I don't like that move. Past that, you did really, really good. Roll you can at number 4. Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, Breece Hall, Drake London. I don't like Joe Mixon at all at 52 in the 5th round, but I loved everything before that. Drake London, Breece Hall, Amon-Ra, Tyreek, fantastic quad you got going there. Deontay, I hate that pick in the 6th round. Deshaun Watson, that's pretty decent value for a quarterback in the 7th round that has the ability he has. He does have the ability. He's got risk. Not a bad team at all, though. I like it. The 5 spot, Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Mike Williams is a really early 4th round pick for me. I can't even sniff that value. Herbert, good. Pitts, good. Really good team other than that. I'm on the clock here. Hold on 1 second. Man. It dried up quick. Across the board. A wee bit early. No, I have ETN. So I'm going to go Tank Bigsby he's like the 6th running back down. I just don't want to take any chances. And I feel like that'll really help me feel comfortable with my ETN pick. I like that a lot. We got a $20 hauler from DW. What, Ron?
You could have had Montgomery in the 8th.
Yeah.
Back.
I'm not too worried about Montgomery.
I agree.
DW says, I work for imposters. No, importers. I can't read this. Hold on. Does that say importers or imposters? I work for importers. Oh, importers, exporters. He's talking about the Seinfeld thing. It's a 24/7 thing. Love the show. Appreciate you, DW. He's making a play on the Denny says he imports, exports. Oh my God, I'm going to time out. I got to pick somebody. I just had to pick somebody that I queued. I don't mind that. I had him queued. I didn't necessarily need him there, but that gives me my entire running back stable shirt up, though. I've got ETN and Bigsby, and I've got Kendra Miller and Kamara, so I feel pretty good about that. So Swift is my flex in a sense. So that makes me feel good there. Now I got to beef up the wide receiver room coming back around. All right, where was I on these? DW, appreciate you dropping 2 $20 gifted memberships and an additional $20 hauler, which I've not done a standing ovation for. Oh, or
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I can't believe. I can't believe you took Swift over Dotson.
Ron, are we going to talk about this every single time? Are we going to talk about this every single time? It's nonstop, Ron. It's nonstop. We disagree on Swift and Kamara. You got to let it go at some point. You got to let it go. I'm with
you on that one, Ron.
I do like Dotson a lot. But I need a running back to remember the direction.
Pick Swift over Dotson.
Because of the direction of my team, Ron.
Look at all the guys.
It's like talking
in
to
the
my mom.
6th round that you passed up for Swift.
It's like talking to my mom. It's like talking to my mom. Yes, Mom. I'll put my coat on. Mom, I'll put my coat on.
Swift and Njoku are brothers.
Hey, Ron, do you like Swift?
Maybe just a little bit.
Do you like Swift, Ron?
Not at all.
Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, Tank Bigsby, Kendra Miller. I almost don't need another running back like the way that I've stacked that. That could work out pretty well.
You need a lot of running backs to make up.
A.J. Brown, Christian Watson, Zay Jones, Jonathan Mingo, Darren Waller, who hopefully will be scoring 6-point haulers on the weekend. Okay. I'm going to stay with this view since the board is already out of control and long and you can't even see anything. But,
hey, Rock Out's on here, isn't he?
Yes.
What's that?
You missed out again, Rock Out? I didn't mean to jinx you earlier.
He did.
Saying that you'd be late to the party again.
I actually went in too early.
He heard you've got mail when he was dialing up. And then he got distracted.
On the Instagram, but they wasn't on already.
You got a super. We got a $2 super from Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd says, "Are you doing another draft?" We might do it. We might just start a Garrett Wilson one, just because I've had a pretty long day. But we'll start that off and we'll see the beginnings of it. But a Garrett Wilson private draft. We got DW on the line. DW, my guy, what is up?
Not much. Nothing.
Appreciate you.
Just listening in.
Appreciate you doing taxes, doing some crazy taxes in the middle of the night. How's it looking?
24/7.
How's it? Would you ever take a break? Do you just literally do taxes like 24 hours? Do you take a little nap like on the desk and then you just wake up, alarm sounds, and you just start doing taxes again? I just picture you never leaving the office.
Well, yeah, I have to take a nap here and there, but, I'm on call.
That's crazy, man. It must pay amazingly.
He does taxes. He does taxes like you do Kamara and Swift.
Yeah.
Never stop.
Good one, Ron. Jeez. He instead Ron could have said he does taxes like you do live streams, but Ron has to continue with the
Smitty, you're gonna need some ice for that burn.
You what?
You're gonna need some ice.
For what?
For that burn that Ron just handed you.
Oh, you didn't hand me nothing. Okay, I'm going with. It's a little early for Downs, but well, no, he's a 6 wide receiver. I'm gonna pick off a bunch of guys that I feel like I need an old reliable in here. You guys like Mechie, Curtis Samuel? Curtis Samuel, even though it's a crowded room, I still kind of like him a little bit. He's kind of like a. At this stage in a draft, he's kind of like just a poor man's Deebo Samuel, but like kind of reliable. Do you like guys like Hodgins? Do you guys like We'll see. Hold on. George, grab the backups for Madison, maybe Brees too, says Travis. Yeah, McBride's probably the backup, and McBride has a decent shot at eventually starting. He really does. All right, I've got a dilemma here, boys. I'm going to wait until I'm on the clock, and then I'm going to ask you. Eight seconds left.
Right.
I don't know who this guy is right here. I don't think this is one of ours either. Okay. So Tank Dell is about 15 wide receivers down. Like but I also am a big believer in I don't really care about round 14, 15, 16 ADP. I feel like just you grab your guy. I think I'm gonna take Dell here because there's no way I'm getting him back, especially after I dropped that video. But I also don't want to encourage people to take him inside like single digit rounds or anything. He is wide receiver. He is going 200th overall, and I took him about 40 picks too early, and this is almost out of pocket to do what I just did. So please be very careful not to use this as a, hey, maybe I should go one more round. I waited until he was kind of on the top, where you don't even have to scroll anymore. He was like within the top 15-ish. And once he's visible in line of sight, but without having to scroll, when you sort by wide receivers, I don't think it's that crazy to take him. But you what?
No, that's good. You should have done that same thing and then taken Charbonnet instead of Kamara.
Okay, Ron, we got it. But Dell to me, he could be my wide receiver 3. He could be my wide receiver 3. He could be my wide receiver 3.
You said Dell, I had to call in.
What's up, man? Who's this? Oh, is it Adam?
You don't even know the excitement that I had when I saw the video. I said, finally. He finally got my boy Dell out there. Then I'm like, but do I really want these people to know about him like that?
Yeah, well, we talked.
It's a catch-22 for me.
Yeah, we've talked up a ton throughout since January, even before the draft. So people know about him on the channel. But yeah, it's definitely going to give him. Definitely going to give him a little boost. But not outside of our community. I don't think we're gonna.
People have been taking him right around that 170 mark. So if be careful, he's been starting to go right about. I know it says 200, but I've seen him being taken out at least three times. I haven't got him.
Yeah.
In like 77 drafts in Best Ball Mania, it's because someone's taking around like that 170.
Yeah,
mark.
That's why I say when he's within reach of not scrolling. So if you sort, like right now I'm sorting. So if I sort by wide receivers, if he's within like not even needing to scroll, then he's fair game for anybody when you get in the 14th round, because people are going to start like, they don't necessarily go off of the exact recommendation. They start to say to themselves like, who do I recognize? Who have I heard people talk about? And so, he might be more in the news a little bit than normal, but he's still so lowly ranked. It wouldn't shock me one single bit if he was a top 3 rookie wide receiver, at the end of the year. It wouldn't shock me if he was 1, but it won't shock me if he's just got that like dog in him. And
So good.
His route. I mean,
So
the crazy part that people don't realize for some reason, and I don't know, that's why I highlighted it in the video, but he was number one in the entire nation in receiving yards in the nation. Number one in the entire nation at 13,
like 17 touchdowns.
In 1398. And then you look at the touchdowns, he was number one in the nation in touchdowns, and he was one reception off of the Triple Crown. So he was second in the nation in receiving receptions at 109 versus Charlie Jones. There's Charlie Jones, our boy.
And by the goal, as I was saying before, by the goal line, he is unstoppable. 101, no one's stopping him. He is going to kill people down by the goal line.
Yeah,
they're going to spray him out, and it's over.
Yeah, he's good.
Like his move off that goal line is so sick.
But the best part is that Stroud wanted him specifically, and he said, "Go get him," and they went and got him. So you know that the value's there. They're going to 100%.
They said
thrust him.
They got really good chemistry in OTAs too. I saw a video of someone talking about it not too long ago.
They've been playing Madden together for months. So they definitely are talking. They're definitely like, you know, I know everyone's gonna laugh at that, but like these are two dudes like bonding. You know, before the NFL draft, they were bonding the whole combine week, and they walked away saying, you know, we want to play together. We want to play together. And guess what? If Stroud can get him drafted, Stroud can get him the football, and Stroud can get him in the lineup. Not that he will need Stroud to get in the lineup, but I know a lot of people think that Mechie could be the number one wide receiver in Houston this year, but he's got uphill climb. I'm rooting for him, but he had that ACL, which he's now more than a full year recovered from. But Curtis Samuel, I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel here. He was a guy I wanted a couple rounds ago. I think that gives me some security there. I think the wide receiver room is very light past Christian Watson and A.J. Brown, but I think it's crafty. I think Nathaniel Dell, Tank Dell, Curtis Samuel, Jonathan Mingo, Josh Downs, and Zay Jones could all be pretty nice, pretty decent considering. And then I got Waller at tight end. I've got Etienne, Swift, Kamara, Bigsby, and Kendre Miller. Then I've got Hurts and Trevor Lawrence at my top QB spots, which it's a 1 QB, but so feeling pretty good about that. Auto Bus, who's this?
Where do you think Richardson's going to go? Do you think he'll be a top 10 this year?
Quarterback, I think he could flirt with it.
I really think he's got a good chance to be a top 10 this year.
He could flirt with it
with his rushing upside.
Yeah, I mean that's why he could flirt with it for sure. But I don't know that. Let's see who else is. I'm gonna go Sam here. I don't know. I feel like it's certainly possible. Like if we go to the, I don't want to leave this draft. I would say like, you know, number 13 could be within 15 points of number 9. So I would say I'd probably rank him outside my top 10. But I certainly think that if you've got him and a Jordan Love or you've got him and an Aaron Rodgers, I think Anthony Richardson would make a fantastic potential gamble for you. And most people, you'll notice, they'll draft Anthony Richardson first, then they'll draft their starter after him, which is like, it's weird, but it makes sense. But people are drafting the upside of what he could eventually
be. Talking about me again? What are you talking about me like that? What do you mean? Like taking Richardson, then taking Love, or taking Howe, or Ritter, or Rodgers after you take Richardson?
I mean, it's like I said.
I don't know anyone that does anything like that.
Yeah, it makes sense though. All right, let's go back over to DW real quick. DW, what are you thinking, pal? What do you got on your mind? Any topics you want to discuss? Any players? Any news?
No, good. No, I'm good. I'm doing taxes.
Okay, my bad. I keep typing away. Keep calculating. You got a TI-83 calculator there, or do you do it all in your head?
Excel.
All right, Excel. Okay. Let's go over to Marsman Ron. Marsman Ron. Any new topics you would like to discuss?
New topics?
Yeah.
Sure. I got a lot of new topics to talk about.
Okay. Hit us with
No
one.
Swift.
Yeah, hit us with something different.
Prime wrote, reaching puts you in a major statistical disadvantages in tournaments. Where is the? I'm wondering where that statistical information was from. I think sometimes everybody you have to reach sometimes to get your guy. If you believe in your guy, you got to reach. Why would you take somebody? Just settle on somebody that you don't like, just to take them in and around ADP. Everybody thinks ADP is like, oh, I got to take this guy right here just because that's where his ADP is. So they'll take like a Sutton or somebody like that instead of who they really want and really work, do good for their team because, they're brainwashed into taking somebody right around the ADP. That's a bunch of crap. That's being enslaved to the ADP.
Yeah, the only thing I would say around that is that like you're trying to let people fall to where they can fall the most. So an example of taking like Gibbs in round 2 when he'll fall to round 3, that would be an unnecessary reach. Obviously, Ron's not speaking to that. But yeah, when you're sitting there and you're like Tank Dell is a 16th rounder and you're in the 14th round, and you really wait and you take some scrub you don't even like just because you feel like, oh, people won't laugh at this pick. Like whenever you say to yourself, oh, people won't laugh at this pick, that's you're in a strange place. You got to be careful not to be worried about what other people think. You want to say, hey, I don't want to take this guy because he'll be there next round. Probability 95% he'll be there next round. Example, Charbonnet. Charbonnet is now falling into the 9th and 10th round, and if you take him at round 7, you're making a stupid mistake. It's not about, oh, reach because you like them. No, use probability. And once the probabilities tell you that they'll very good chance they won't be around the next round, then reaching is on the table. No pun intended for Deshaun Watson. Reaching, except for Watson, reaching is on the table. He's not allowed on the table. But you definitely want to be careful not to reach to the point where you don't know what you're doing with it, because it's an art form. And just ask Deshaun. It's an art form, and if you end up reaching too many times in one single draft, you end up looking like your team's missing like a 3rd round pick, and then you did this dumb job of drafting your team, just a flat out ridiculous job. So you got to be really careful about when to reach, how to reach, and so a lot matters about where you can get these guys. I need a tight end. Let's see here.
Where did you hear Prime? I mean, where did you hear that? Because I advanced no problem, and I wasn't playing against the same guys last year. I was playing against different guys. I reached on some players, so I just don't understand these. All the time it's like statistically, you know what? Take the statistics and shove them up your butt sometimes, I feel, because I'm tired of hearing about statistically. I'm going about the players that I want to get on my team that make sense, and statistically, I don't really care. That's what I think about statistics sometimes.
That's true. And you know what else, Ron? Is, they don't tell you about, well, what if you have the player who's a top 5, like 70% in your lineups? And say you have 2 or 3 of them like that. You're statistically going to be going through a lot more than people who don't have that combination. Like last year, I had 81% of Stevenson. Guess what? I had a lot of lineups that went through into the next round.
What's up, Blackbeard?
From that, I had a lot of Walker. Those were my 2 highest owned players last year. I believe it was Walker and Stevenson.
Yeah,
because I had those 2 high players, it helped me out tremendously, even when some of my other picks didn't turn out.
All right, hang tight real quick.
You don't have to be right. You don't even have to be right on all your picks. But if you're right on 50% of your picks, you're going to be ahead of the game, especially if you're putting the players that you actually want on your team. Smitty, you should see the line I just put into the Instagram. It's probably one of the best drafts I had. It's the first one I've got to do in a while. And it's the Best Ball Mania. And I got Charbonnet at pick 98.
All right. Hey, hold on 1 second. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to drop the Garrett Wilson draft in there too. You got to watch your ownership. That's another thing that I mean, you just got to. I mean, a lot of people look. The thing about best ball is still very new. Liken best ball to vaping versus cigarette smoking. Cigarette smoking is redraft and dynasty, things we've done for centuries. Practically, it seems. Whereas best ball is new. It's like vaping. You don't even have data yet on it. You don't even know what's going on. So these people that come out and say that you shouldn't have, like 49ers saying, you don't need 40% ownership of any player on the field. It's not true. Somebody told you this, 49er, and you believed it because somebody had data that supported it. But guess what? There aren't a lot of people doing data across the board on all sides of best ball and strategy. So I'm here to tell you that just because wide receivers win, just because this team has a massive stack, they win, and you're saying that you can't win if you don't have, massive stackage going on. But it's all about landing your picks. It comes down to you versus yourself, not against anybody else. Can you score the most amount of points in a single game or not? Doesn't matter if you have all the same players on one team. What if in the championship game, the players you're trying to stack, that team drops a deuce right in the middle of the game, and instead you could have had it spread out? Stacking doesn't guarantee you anything. It just happens to be when you look at the data, the guys that have won have done a great job building a team around what they've stacked. Like, there's so much data that's not available yet. And I'm not understanding what you're saying. Essentially, one long DFS slate. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, 49er, but it's still leading me down a path I want to talk about. So whatever. But when someone says you shouldn't have all the same teams, like when you're saying your ownership comment, I'm thinking I understand your ownership comment. I don't care if I have a guy in 80% of my leagues. That doesn't bother me at all. Guess what happens if I land that pick and that prediction? All of my teams look a lot better. And what if I land, even if I put all my eggs in one basket, which is an approach for best ball, it's 100% an approach for best ball. To do the same draft over and over and over, if you miss on your players, their main projections in that group of guys, you will lose. You got to accept that reality. But if you're hardcore, have an amazing season, and you draft the same players over and over, you're going to have so many different variations of that team that you're probably going to have a higher likelihood to win the big grand prize if you have nailed a lot of your big bowl predictions. Like, let's say last year Hall didn't get hurt. Let's say Javonte didn't get injured. Like, people that drafted. And that's an example of how your season goes down the drain as well, the toilet, when you have an injury. But if you land it and you have all these different variants of that actual group of guys, you're going to have such a good chance of winning a huge monster prize. It's all just strategy. It's all strategy. There's 100,000 million trillion quadrillion ways to win at fantasy, and there's not enough data on best ball to really formulate a be-all, end-all strategy when everybody keeps saying you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm not saying that doing that is wrong. I'm not saying stacking that way is wrong. I'm not saying that people that stack don't end up in the playoffs more often. I'm saying really it doesn't matter. What it comes down to is, do your predictions land? Because if you land your predictions and you get an amazing group of guys that all are firing on all cylinders, it doesn't matter if you stacked them or not. So my whole thing is, when I see things like you shouldn't have more ownership than, I think what you said, 49er, 40% of a player, I'll own a guy 90%. I do it all the time, and I absolutely love it. And one of those guys is Gibbs. One of those guys is Charbonnet. I own tons of shares of those guys. And if they don't work out, guess what? I'm probably going to lose a lot of my leagues, but I'm willing to take that chance. I didn't get an update at all. You were...
Yeah, risk it for the biscuit.
Okay, let me go through these teams real quick. You guys stop me if you like any of these teams. If you don't like them, don't say anything. Okay? And I mean really like them. Don't just, it's okay. Like, if you really like it. Stafford, Bryce Young, Jimmy Garoppolo, Ritter. I'm already ready. I'm ready to jump off this team. Henry, Pierce, James Cook, A-Chain, Gibson, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, McLaurin, Kirk, Mike Evans. Good wide receivers. Dulcich. It's not bad. I mean, the Henry and the receivers is a good potential team, but I'm not like fond of the quarterback room. I like Dulcich a little bit. I think people are super high on him. They were really high on him last year. Super high on him. Super.
Is that the guy that drafted number 1?
What? Yeah, this is the 1 pick.
Is that number 1?
Yeah. That's
terrible for number 1.
Yeah, number 1 pick should be like walking to the bank, you know. They should be walking to the bank. Big Dog Stark. I think this might be our boy Stark. Stark, is this you? I don't know if this is our Stark. Huh?
That's how you messed up the number 1 pick.
Yeah, how do you hopefully he's not in here. That guy. I don't think that number 1 guy's our guy. Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson, bye week 11 and bye week 13. Okay, just checking. Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson, both are running quarterbacks. I think when you do that, you really should look in investing a third quarterback because you got these guys both scrambling around. Tony Pollard, Zach Charbonnet, P. Ryan, Damian Harris, Chuba Hubbard. Not fond of the depth of this crew considering that only Tony Pollard has a starting gig promised to him. P. Ryan has a potential starting role at the beginning of the year, but we don't know what it'll turn into. But he's probably a pretty good player to have on your roster because he'll probably be involved all year long. He'll get you points when you need it. But I just don't know about this running back stable without having a little bit more secure running back 2 going on. Jamar Chase, Keenan Allen, Pittman, JSN, Knox, and Gesicki. Not a huge fan of that team. Stark, no offense if that's my boy. Yeah, you know we love you still. Okay, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Ramondre, Kenneth Walker, Javonte. So Ramondre, Kenneth Walker, Javonte, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones. Similar with the quarterbacks, Dak's a big injury risk by week 7. And Daniel Jones is a scrambling quarterback, always at risk of injury. I would go 3 quarterbacks in that situation. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, DJ Moore, George Pickens. Very solid wide receiver room. Very, very solid. Kmet, Laporta, Hayden Hurst. I like his team. I think it's pretty good. This is Golf's team, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking about the YouTube notifications. Number 1, YouTube does not always give out their notifications. They don't because they seem to think maybe that you guys don't want to be hassled 3, 4, or 5 times in one day. And today I've gone live a bunch of times. And so they're just totally, careful about that. But let me give you a link right now. This is my going live channel. Anytime I go live on Instagram, I drop a message in this Instagram IG room here. And it's like a one-way DM where you can like thumb up and everybody can see. They won't see your thumb up, but they'll see the number of thumbs up. So you can like thumb up and say, cool, I'll be there or whatever by a thumbs up. But it's a DM that lets you know whenever I'm going live. So I just put that in the live chat. I'm going to pin it right now. If you guys would subscribe to that on Instagram, you will never miss a live stream. It's that simple. I can't control that YouTube doesn't want to send you multiple notifications per day on the same channel. That's YouTube's like policy. I've done a live stream. I did one premiere, one live stream, one video upload, and then this live stream. So they're thinking that's too many for you. They're deciding for you, unfortunately. Do you guys like this team though? What would you rank Golf's team out of 1 to 10? 10 being the highest.
Probably like a 5 or 6.
Yeah. What this is an underhanded. This is an underhanded comment, Rubio. Rubio's always a little negative. You're always a little negative, Rubio. He says if you stop watching a certain channel for a while, they will stop notifying you. What's that mean, bro? What do you got to say that? What are you trying to say to my followers right now? That you're saying the people that aren't getting notified have stopped watching me for a significant amount of time and they're coming back around? I don't think so, Rubio. Take a lap. Rubio's always finding something. You were I think a moderator blocked you the other day and I unblocked you. I said, no, don't do that. Rubio's just negative. He'll come around. He'll come around. I brought you back in, pal. I brought you back in. Okay. Next team is Roll You Can. Watson, Stroud. Another 2 QB maneuver that I'm not super fond of, given, rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson. I just think it's safe to have a third one with this pairing. There's just certain pairings that feel like, even Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers, but he's older. So if he was one of my 2 quarterbacks, I would want a third quarterback. Josh Allen scrambles. I love Josh Allen, but he's a scrambling quarterback. Breece Hall, Mixon, Penny, McKinnon, Clyde, Hunt. I don't like this running back room after Breece Hall. I like McKinnon, but he's really far down. And yeah, Rubio's not accurate, by the way. That's exactly what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is you're not accurate, Rubio, because what I just said is what's happening. Every person that said I didn't get a notification is here every single day, Rubio. So what you're running your mouth about is not true. It's they may do this, of course. Like that's an obvious Captain Obvious statement. If you stop watching a channel, YouTube will stop alerting you. That's pretty common sense knowledge there. What I'm trying to tell everybody is they need to subscribe to the link that I have, because YouTube will only give you a certain number of notifications on one single channel, because they're afraid you'll stop watching the app and you'll unsubscribe to your notifications on the whole app because you're getting annoyed. That's why they do that. Tyreek Hill. I just added somebody who's got a lot of background noise. It sounds like you're at the state fair. The Patrick, can you please mute yourself? Because it sounds like you're at a circus or something. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll get to you in 1 second, the Patrick. So Ron Navy can yell at you, or you can yell at Ron Navy, or whatever. Breece Hall. this Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, Drake London, very good wide receiver room. I love it. And Njoku Schultz. Very good team. But I don't know if it's enough to go the distance, because I don't like the running back room enough. Roll you can. Let me get through these real quick. Dak, Herbert, Geno, McCaffrey, Montgomery, Adams, DK, Mike Williams, Quentin Johnson, Kyle Pitts. It's good. Speedy's got Burrow, Goff, and Kyler. Bijan Gibbs, I like that. Rashad White, Roshan, Olave, Hollywood Brown, Jahan Dotson, Jamison Williams, Evan Ingram. I like this team a lot. This team is one of the top 4 or 5 teams. You guys agree?
Yeah, pretty good.
Bijan Gibbs, Rashad, Olave, Hollywood, Dotson, Jamison, Evan Ingram, Kincaid, Burrow, Goff, Kyler. Got 3 quarterbacks. I know Kyler's not going to, maybe he doesn't even play, but I mean, that's still you got somebody. That's pretty good. TJ's got Lamar, Tua. There you go again. 2 running quarterbacks, one of which might not be ready for week 2 if he goes out there and gets hit once. Like that could have made you dunzo right there. J.K., Dalvin Cook, Jamal Williams. Mostert, not loving the running back room at all. Waddle, Hopkins, Jordan Addison, Elijah Moore. Good wide receiver room. Kelsey, obviously, this is like a bowling pin. It's heavy at the bottom, really skinny and fragile at the top. Even though you got Lamar, it's the quarterback room could be just completely devastated at any moment. Okay, almost done. Lunchbox. Fields, Kenny Pickett, Trey Lance, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Isaiah Pacheco, Brian Robinson, Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews at tight ends. Good. It's a good team. Who's dropping these right here? Somebody just dropped another one. DW in the middle of I think when he ends one tax form, he just drops another 20 gifted memberships. DW dropping another 20. That's 60. He might have opened up a new emoji. It's like a wormhole. You know, he opened up a wormhole. YouTube gives you like every 100 YouTube exclusive members, they'll give you like a new emoji. You know, they'll give you like 8 or so to start off with, but then they literally make you like grind to get one more emoji. It's so funny. So he may have opened up a new one. just single-handedly. Jake, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Nick Chubb, Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Elliott, Cooper, Lockett. No, thanks. Sorry, Jake. Cooper, Lockett, Ayuk. What is going on here? That wide receiver room. Good running backs, obviously. Jacobs, Barkley, Chubb, but I'm not liking that. My team: Hurts, Lawrence, Sam Howell, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Alvin Kamara, Tank Bigsby, Kendre Miller. So, whether you hate Swift or Kamara or not, I know Ron hates him. I've got him cuffed, which is nice. Or I've got Kamara cuffed, and I've got Etienne also cuffed. I'm feeling pretty good about that running back room. Getting Hurts, Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, I'm probably the best quarterback room in the entire group of 12. And so I'm going to outscore everybody on that rotational. Who scores more starts for me rotation. Optimal scoring. And I like Sam Howell. Kind of sneaky. So the wide receiver room, I think, is pretty crafty. It's light after the top two, but I got A.J. Brown, Christian Watson, Zay Jones, Mingo, Josh Downs, Nathaniel Dell, Curtis Samuel. I've got Darren Waller, Luke Musgrave, and Jelani Woods. I'd say I should have got one more wide receiver. That's probably where I would go back and change something. But other than that, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. I don't know that it's the best team, but I feel like it would be top 6. I got a shot. Of making it out of the first round. It just depends on my running back room. Depends on if I get.
Hey, I guarantee it's top 12.
Yeah. Thanks, Ron. I think if I get what I believe I'm going to get out of these running backs, Swift and Kamara. Beautiful. Okay. Such as Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Jonathan Taylor, Najee, Cam Akers, Jerome Ford. So obviously great quarterback room. I always like 3, but I understand going the 2 route. Because you could have Mahomes start all year. So really, maybe you just need the one quarterback one time. It's understandable, but I still think if you have 3, you're gonna probably score, I would say, like 20, 30, 40 more points more than if you just had the 2. Because at some point, Mahomes is going to have a bad game. At some point, your second quarterback's got to step up. And if your second quarterback's injured, you're screwed.
Everybody's got to remember. Look what happened last year. Hurts gets injured. A lot of Hurts teams didn't make it through advance because he was injured. And that they only had 2 quarterbacks. And if you get 2 quarterbacks that are out, and then especially everything going to week 17, you get the teams that are like last year Henry, right in the middle of the playoffs. They're going to sit him. So people that had Henry got screwed in week 17. So, and then if the NFL decides to cancel another game, you got to send for that. So 3 quarterbacks is, I think, almost a necessity in these things anymore. With all the stuff that could happen.
Yeah.
2, you're just pushing it.
Yeah, I just think
I know
it's an important position,
too. A lot of
too.
people push, you only need 2. Well, you know what? Okay, go ahead and take your 2 and don't advance or don't go forward.
Good luck saying it's only one game if, let's say, your quarterback goes down or has a bye week and your other quarterback went down. It's only one game. Well, good luck making it with one game gone. Like, good try. Good luck. This wide receiver room, I don't like enough. Judy is the top wide receiver. No way. Kadarius Toney, I really, really do like as a wide receiver 2 in a very sneaky, you wait on your wide receiver 2 build, but Kadarius Toney's better than Judy, in my opinion. I just don't trust Judy. He's got some upside, but I'm not going near that. Hawkinson and Juwan Johnson. So, decent attributes about that team. But Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Brock Purdy, Eckler, Connor, Madison, Elijah Mitchell, CeeDee Lamb, Debo, Ridley, Chris Godwin, Kittle, Mayer. Part of me thinks this is a Niner fan here. Who is this? Somebody on the phone? Is this your team? Somebody? I mean, it's a very, very Niner-esque team. It's got former Niners and Jeff Wilson. It's got Elijah Mitchell. It's got Brock Purdy. It's got Kittle. It's got Debo. This is littered with Niners. It's a good team. I mean, Connor's got to step up, or Madison, for this team to make it. But you got good wide receivers and Ridley, Samuel, and Lamb. That's very, very solid. Kittle, We'll see how he does this year with the quarterback rotation that could be in front of him. It's a good team. It's a good team. I don't mind it. But yeah, that was a good little draft. Let's drop a Garrett Wilson private draft. I'll do that right now, and then we'll let it roll a little bit while I kind of pull everybody off the phone line. And let's see here. Slow draft. Create private draft. This will be I think 25 or 26, draft 26 or something. I forget how many we've done. Here's the link right now if anybody wants to join this draft. It's dropping right now. T-5, 4, 3, 2, boom. Jump into it if you want in. I will go ahead and share the screen, and we'll just go through like a round or two. Let me cycle you guys off the line here, and I'll start off with let's see here. The Patrick, you haven't even talked yet. What do you want to speak on? I'll give you a little more time. Go ahead, the Patrick.
Yeah, before I do my job and piss Ron off, I saw the picture on the video, like one of your main topics was Travis Etienne. I have him as my RB14 and 26th overall. Being in the 10-man league, that makes him right in the middle of the third round, and I don't care if it's a 12-man league, that's still perfect for him. I wouldn't go no higher, or the risk of him underperforming doesn't match up.
Yeah, I think middle of the third round is the earliest anybody should take him, and it's not because I don't love him. Just like you alluded to, there's a risk involved that is either acceptable or not. And I think anything after like 3.6, 3.7, we'll call it 3.7 and on, is very, very acceptable. Because I think that even if you dial back some of his rushing, you're going to see more receiving work just because he's entering his second year of playing. And I don't know how many rookies are at full PPR capacity and full go in the PPR game in their rookie year. They're just not. So, yeah, granted, this is technically his third year, but he didn't play a single down his rookie year. So anybody trying to say his 35 or so, I think it was 35 receptions that he had, is his ceiling. That's ridiculous. So dial back his running a little bit. I'm fine with that. That's what the coaching staff's saying. Well, dial back his running a little bit. I mean, he was 80% of the running back work when he was in there. I don't think that necessarily is. I know some people are going to say, well, if they dial back his running back work, what's he going to have? He was getting fed a lot. He was getting fed a whole bunch. This guy was on a tear at the end of the season, aside from the Week 18 game that he sat out. He was an absolute monster. I've got that here. I think it's right. I think this is it. I'm not sure. Week 18. I think this is it right here. Yeah. So this is ETN's game log. So his 19 carries in week 15 for 103. That's 5.4 a pop. 22 carries for 83. 9 carries for 108, a touchdown. 20 again, week 18 you can't count. 20 carries for 109, and then against the Chiefs, 10 carries for 62 yards and a score. He was fantastic. If they dialed him back a little bit, I'm fine with it if they're giving him some more PPR work, and they will. I like him a lot. You can't go any higher than middle of round 3 because there is some risk. There is, for sure. And if you cuff him to Tank Bigsby, I think you're looking pretty good. Because guess what happens if ETN goes down? Tank Bigsby's going to be a running back 2 in fantasy.
I absolutely 100% agree. And another reason why, like, when drafting this year, it's imperative to be patient is because a lot of the normal people that are drafted so high, there is so much question marks that go with them. Eckler, Henry, even though he's a monster, and as long as he's healthy, he's going to end up producing. Chubb, even though I disagree with you and I have my own little take on it, there is something to be said that his touchdown and red zone work went away once Deshaun got inserted last year.
You think? 0? 0? I said, you think? I mean, 0. He got 0 touchdowns on the ground once Deshaun came in. So there's definitely a correlation.
I was agreeing with you. Don't test me.
No,
But,
you said okay. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is that like a lot of the running JT after last year, I mean, who knows what's coming with him? So the fact that drafting in order to draft those other guys, you're almost waiting around. You're almost waiting 7 to 10 spots to draft them. That way you're not getting burnt on the value. So then you got a guy like ETN, and that's why you don't jump any higher than the middle of the 3rd round. Because all running backs other than Bijan right now, like daggone, you have to factor in a couple of spots higher overall or lower overall that you're drafting them, because Bijan is the only one that doesn't have negative flaws next to him right now.
All right. What else you got?
What else do I got? Ferron?
Yeah.
Ferron, Pickett is terrible, bottom 5 quarterback. I got Ritter. I got Howell above him. I got all 3 of the rookies if they end up starting week 1. Pickett is not. He's a feel-good story that'll win you a couple games, bud.
Patrick, you know what else you got? You got a big L tattooed right on your forehead.
No, that's not. No, that's on my left arm. That's on my left arm when my marriage date, and my right arm is my divorce date. But son. Oh man, Navy, Ron Navy. Does that mean you served in the Navy, sir? Does that mean you served in the Navy, or is that just like a pointless catch line?
20 years. 20 years.
Okay, I did 8 years Marine Corps, so we could joke about that too, sir. But anyway, Pickett is a bottom 5 quarterback.
If you were in the Marines,
Say again?
you were in the Navy.
It's a department of the Navy.
Yep, you're right.
You patched me up and sent me out while y'all sat there and wore your white, pretty uniforms. Respect. Love you, bro. But Pickett is not that good. He's nothing more than a feel-good, homegrown story. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Or we
Yes,
won't see
sir.
you after week 2. We're not going to see you after week 2.
I ain't going nowhere, babe. Don't worry. I'm not leaving you. I'm in this for the long haul.
Yeah, sure you are. Until you lose.
No. I love humility. I never learned anything from a fight I won. So I'm here for the long haul, babe.
Yeah.
All right, Smitty, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Ron, I love going at it with you, man.
Oh, it's fun. I'm having fun. It's fun. It's nothing serious.
Oh, yeah. We'll
right.
get serious.
Hey, the Patrick, appreciate you. See you later, pal.
Smitty gets serious on Kamara and Swift all the time. He's so serious on those two, I swear.
Okay, Ron.
Smitty's also a Cardinals fan, so we got to let him off the hook.
Yeah, this is going to be a brutal year. But I'm not delusional about it. The Cardinals aren't going anywhere. They're not winning the thing. Although Toon, our quarterback that we drafted, our rookie quarterback, he is the one that made Tank Dell who Tank Dell became. So maybe he ends up being something special and crazy, like one of those like wild, Sam Howell ×2 type of things. But we'll have to see. All right, hey, appreciate you, the Patrick. We'll see you later, pal.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Adam, very blessed indeed. Final thoughts.
Hey, Smitty. I sent you my exposure in a Best Ball Mania draft. The one I was telling you about where I got Chardonnay at around about 98th, I think, was the pick.
Okay.
I just wanted you to see it because I took your advice and really tried to not reach too much. But it was a little bit easier because based on where I was drafting, I was able to get the players I wanted a little bit easier than normal.
Yeah. All right, I'll take a look at it. Appreciate you, man.
Yep. I thought maybe you could show the exposures because people were talking about
Yeah, I can't
being
right now.
scared
I
to
can't
have-
right now because I've got my phone plugged into this. But
Oh, that's fine.
yeah, well, leave it in a voicemail or something for tomorrow if you want to be verbalized or something like that. If you got a follow up question on it.
I was just showing, just because people were talking about that they were scared to have too high of exposure. I was just showing that like I have really high exposures to players that I like. So like if they do well, I'm gonna do well. If they don't,
that's a strategy. That's a strategy that unfortunately some people don't understand. They can't get the concept of that. You can do an overload on players and just, the point is you're gonna potentially either lose all your leagues or you're gonna have a whole bunch of teams in the mix, and that's just the nature of it. I mean, you either understand it or you don't. A lot of people don't. But appreciate you, Adam, my boy. Nice job. Keep drafting Charbonnet. Draft him in the right spot, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, I had an interview a couple days ago.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, so my mom works there, and she said that they said that the interview went well, but they won't be able to. They have to do something because it's at a jail. You have to do like a stress test. So, but the person that does it won't be back in for a couple weeks. So I'm at least going to be waiting until that 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
give my number as a letter or a previous employer letter recommendation type of thing. Be like, this guy comes in and he drafts like a machine. He takes a lot of laps, but other than that, he's a good kid. All right, hey, appreciate you, Adam. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good one.
Good luck with the interview. Tell us how it works out. Mars or DW. Can you unmute us real quick? Put the TI-83 calculator away for 1 split second and give us your final thoughts. Or are you in tax mode and you got to go? We'll hang up on you.
No, I'm good. I'll chime in just for a second.
Yeah.
The show is fire, number one, and thanks to the Patrick and Ron Navy for your service. It's awesome.
There you go.
And I got to get back to some taxes, though.
Yeah, you better go. Hey, DW, appreciate all your support. You're saving lives out there, and we appreciate you. He's already gone. He's gone. Just like that. It's amazing. He's like a ninja. Comes in, goes. He's doing I just picture, I wonder if the whole room's dark, but one of those old law library green lamps that have the glass top and then you pull the chain. I just picture him sitting there in the corner with the light on in some office, and his wife's calling and is like, where are you? And he's like, 8 more hours and I'll be home. And then all of a sudden the sun comes up. He's still doing taxes. This guy's a machine. Wayne Solo Marsman, final thoughts.
I just hope that this draft we're in goes a little quicker than the one we did the other night. The one we did the other night's going by a little slow. So.
Yeah, sometimes they are. It went JJ, Jamar Chase, Bijan to me. I know that's early for some people, but I'm just going to pick my guy. Cooper Kupp, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Brown, Austin Eckler, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Tony Pollard. Nothing really crazy early here. I'm actually impressed. I did the earliest pick with Bijan, but I remember when I did a video, Bijan number 6, and it was bold. Now he's going before 6 or at least at 6. So it's kind of funny how his ADPs just climbed and climbed and climbed. We were the crazy ones, All right, Wayne, appreciate you, man.
Yeah. We'll holler at you later.
Later. Rock out, Marsman. Final thoughts.
Can I give you my final team?
Sure.
QB, Rodgers, Love, Derek Carr. Running back, Gibbs, Swift, Pacheco, Kamara, Javonte Williams, Deuce Vaughn.
I like the combination. I like the combination. You got something's going to pop there, other than an ACL like Ron's about to say. Something's going to pop there in a positive way. Who's your Who's your wide receiver room?
Brock out falls right in step with you, Smitty. You guys are like brothers.
Yeah. I wonder what you're going to say. I wonder what you're going to say, Ron. If let's say Swift goes out and has we're packaging in that there's a chance we all acknowledge, the Swift believers and Kamara believers, that there's a chance that both of them could flop. Like, we understand that. We'll get over it. We'll survive. We're taking them in Kamara in round 7, 8, 9. We're taking Swift in 6, sometimes 7 if we're lucky. But none of those are going to destroy a team. It makes it harder to win if you have a guy like that, like Suffer. But the odds of Swift not returning 6th, 7th round value are kind of crazy low when you ask me, because the guy had a horribly disappointing season last year and he caught 40 something receptions. So it's not like it's gonna be that hard for him to earn back his 6th, 7th round ADP. It might be hard for him to return, his former glory day ADP of 12 overall. And I think that's a lot of the time what people look at when they say, oh, Swift's going to fail, because you're expecting the world. But it's not going to be that difficult to return 6th, 7th round ADP. He catches 40 passes or even 35 passes, which some might say he won't because they don't throw to the running back. But that was him catching passes like quarter time in Detroit. It's not like that's what his ceiling value is for catching passes. Not to mention, this team knows what they're getting. They're going to utilize him a little more. And Hurts is still learning. He's going to throw to his running back more, and they're going to design a lot for him. So I think he can. So I'm just curious of why. What are you going to do if Swift has a monster year or Kamara has a monster year? What about all these live streams? What are we going to do about them?
Kamara's got too many red flags. He didn't even get suspended last year, and he still had a crappy year. And then Swift, he can't. He won't stay healthy. It's almost an impossibility. And it's like, you said that he averaged 5-point-something yards per carry.
He did 5.5.
Yeah, he averaged 5-point-something yards per carry. And he ended up with 99 carries, which is basically 7 carries per game. So what's that, 38 yards per game? Woohoo! Yeah, give me that 5-point-something yards on 7 carries per
Sometimes
game.
I think Ron isn't real and he's Chat GPT. And it's just like, because if you ask Chat GPT about Swift, it's going to repeat the same thing. It's going to go, Kamara only ran the ball 100 times, 5.5 a carry. It's not a good season.
Well, it's true. I mean, I'm just using stats that you're putting out there, and he only ran the ball 99 times. That comes out to 38 yards per game.
But Ron, we know all that. We're accepting of that. We know that he didn't get used properly in Detroit. We get that. Even when he was healthy, they didn't put him on the field. Like, we understand all that. That's all part of the.
And here's the part that I don't get is the fact that you just assume on late 7th round value and a 4th round pick, which is pretty much a 5th round pick, because that's what technically Philly will end up with. I mean, that's what they'll end up with, because Philly's going to, again, do great things this year. You think that's great value? They didn't give up anything. They pretty much got Swift for free, and you just automatically think that he's going to be like right there. And they got Gainwell and they got Scott. Just think they're going to use. They're used to those 2 running backs. I mean, Swift might be a gadget player that they use.
I mean, if you can't acknowledge this, you're just hell-bent against him. He is one of the most not an unexplosive player. He's one of the handful, you could put in the palm of one hand, a group of names, most explosive players in the entire National Football League. Like, you got to be able to admit that. You got to admit that his ability to take it to the house is almost unmatched. Like, if he gets the football, it's like Jahmyr Gibbs. I know we haven't seen that in the NFL spectrum yet, but you've got to at least admit he's got that kind of talent. Whether you want to say he's going to get injured 100% or not, right? I mean, do you feel that he has the ability, physical ability?
He's too weak. He doesn't have the physical ability, because if he did, he wouldn't be injured as much as he is.
All right. We're gonna have to leave this to another repetitive day.
Same thing. Do you think Penny makes it through the whole year? Penny's just as injury prone. I mean, Penny is like, if you say Penny's not going to make it through the whole year and you're down on Penny because he's injury prone, I don't understand why you're not down on Swift being just as injury prone as Penny. I don't understand it.
Because Penny's been getting injured a whole lot longer, Ron. It's like having, a double the lifespan of getting hurt. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I mean, Swift's entering, he's still very, very young. Still very,
I understand you like Swift, so you're able to like look over all the stuff that you on other players that have the same problem Swift have.
But Ron, it does come down to an It does come down to an actual educated, research, looked at, you believe in it assessment. Like, I'm going to, like, it's almost like one of the worst arguments known to man is like, oh, well, you like this guy when he's hurt. Like, it's gonna be the whole sum total of the player. Like, what does my gut say? What do my eyes say? What do the stats say? What does the injury history say? What does the situation look like? And then you got to put it all together and compute a reaction and an assessment. So like you can't just say, oh, Penny got hurt. Why do you like Swift? Like, they're different years. Penny's been in the league getting hurt for double the amount of time, if not a little more. Swift has exploded and looked amazing, and then he did get hurt. I agree, that's part of the concern. But I mean, the fact that he did what he did on such a disappointing year last year, I mean, my video maps it all out. Like, I know you don't like the way that I told that story, but this guy, for a disappointing season, to rank where he did in all those different categories is actually pretty enticing when you're talking about 6th, 7th round value. I again think no matter what, if he plays half a year, he probably earns 7th round value. He probably does, even on half a year. Like, if he's being used. If he's not being used, then that will be part of the experiment going bad. But I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest. It's just my take.
Oh, I can tell you're all in on him.
But the funny thing is, Ron, you for some reason, I mean, you are a stubborn man. You admit this. You can't accept another person's opinion sometimes. It's so funny. Like, you can't accept, like, if you tell me, hold on. If you tell me Cousins is going to be, Ron, I know that. It's my team.
I love drafting against you because I always know in the 6th round you're taking Swift and I can get my guy.
I swear, Ron, you can't listen.
Know in the 7th or 8th
you
round,
can't listen. You just can't listen. You can't listen. Mom, this is my mother. I'm looking at my mother right here. He can't listen. Good Lord. Anyway, I don't think it's going to end too. He hears it. It's like he hears it for the first time. It's every single time. Every single time. All right. I'm on the clock here. I've got Hurts and Bijan. I need a wide receiver. What do you think? What do you guys think? Rock out. What do you think? It's a little early for Christian Watson. It's a little early for Christian Watson here. I do like him a lot here. Do I just roll the dice with a Ridley? Do I go with a DK? Do I go with a Higgins or Waddle? I don't like Higgins in round 2. I don't mind him in round 3. Do I go Debo, roll the dice that I get wide receiver 1 value out of Debo? Do I go with an ETN and not go wide? I think I got to go wide receiver here because things are pretty even and equal or close. Debo feels okay here considering, I suppose, but I definitely am scared of Debo this year. I feel like he's going to get hurt. I feel like he's going to get hurt.
Or DK.
I like Watson. I mean, Watson, in your heart, Watson's the guy. Watson's going to go off just like Olave. Those sophomore receivers this year, they're all of them are going to be fired.
I love them. I think I got so many Watson shares, and I don't want to vault. I know as soon as we talked about it, someone's going to take him next, and it's not going to matter. Wayne Solo is sitting here going, I'm going to snag him, but I don't want to perpetuate him going too early either, though.
Yeah, he could be gone.
I know, but I don't want to I don't want to be part of the problem here. He's literally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide receivers down, and
Watson? Yeah, but he ain't gonna make it back to you.
We'll go. I don't have a lot of Waddle. We'll try Waddle. Third round. I don't like Waddle or Higgins as my second drafted player. I don't mind them necessarily as my
But why
third.
are you gonna take him? If you don't like it, why are you taking it?
I know I said as my second.
Why are you settling?
Ron, you're
Don't
not listening.
settle.
You're not listening, Ron.
Take your guy.
You're not listening, Ron.
Take your guy.
You're not listening, Ron. I like him as
Take
my
your guy. This is Ron. This is your mom. Take your guy.
Yeah. He's not listening. All right, hey, I got to go, boys. Appreciate you. I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. Ron, you got anything else?
No. I'm just messing with you, Smitty. You know,
I know.
that.
No, I know. You are. It's like taking a dump. It's exhausting sometimes, but Ron, it's still, at the end of the day, it's all good.
Man, I can say the same thing, except I already took a dump earlier, so I'm good to go.
All right. Later, Ron. Appreciate you.
Later.
You guys see what I'm dealing with here? It's like, Ron, I don't like him as my second drafted player, but I like him as my third. Why are you taking him then? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he gets in these modes where he just can't hear another opinion. It just, when his opinion is on a course of being right in his mind, nothing else can be entertained. Wake up on the right side of the bed next time, says Travis. All right, so team so far: Jalen Hurts, Bijan, Waddle. Not bad. I don't have a lot of Waddle shares, so that kind of feels good because I'd like to have at least one share as my third drafted player. Not bad at all. Board view right here: Najee, Ramondre, Cooper Kupp, Bijan, Hurts, Waddle, Chase, Nick Chubb, Breece Hall, Justin Jefferson, Derrick Henry, Devontae Smith. Looking pretty good right here. Looking good. Christian McCaffrey, Saquon. Who does BK take here? And there's the rest of the draft board. I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow. What is today? Thursday. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Probably breaking news, some kind of video. And then I'll definitely see you at 7 p.m. And then we'll draft live at midnight again. So appreciate every single one of you filing on into this. Please hit the thumb up button on the way out the door. We still got 100 people watching right now and only 64 thumbs up. Like the video, please, on your way out the door. Appreciate you.
Hi, my name is B. John Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring touchdowns. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
Real quickly, forgot that pin link in the live chat is to my Instagram DM. It's like a one-on-one DM. You can't reply back to me. It's just whenever I have an announcement to make, it'll send you a DM, and in your DMs you'll see primary and secondary folders for your DMs, and then it'll say channels. And so any channels you subscribe to, that's where those messages will be, and they'll alert you like it's a DM. So just click that link in the live stream and subscribe to the free alerts on Instagram. And whenever I go live, you'll be alerted. You'll never miss another live stream. So everybody always complains about YouTube not giving them a notification. When I go live so much, they don't give you every one of them. So rather than complain about that, click that link, baby, and it'll take care of you every time. Travis says, definitely hit that link on IG. It's how I know he's live all the time. Instagram will send you, I'll send you a message through Instagram and you'll know. You'll know every time. So click the link, hit it, do it live. Peace out. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.